Men over 60, if you want stronger mornings without pills or expensive supplements, I'm about to share something that changed everything for one of my patients. His name is Robert, he's 64, and he discovered that chewing one simple thing 30 minutes before bed restored the performance he thought was gone forever.
I'm Dr. Sheila, and I've been working with men's health for over 15 years. But this story isn't about me. It's about Robert, a retired construction worker from Ohio who walked into my office 6 months ago looking defeated. He told me something I hear almost every week. Dr. Sheila, I wake up feeling like a shadow of the man I used to be. My mornings are weak, my energy is gone, and honestly, I'm starting to think this is just what getting old means. Robert had tried everything: supplements that promised miracles, exercise routines that left him exhausted, even those little blue pills that came with side effects he couldn't tolerate. Nothing worked long term. He was spending hundreds of dollars monthly, and his confidence was at an all-time low. Now, before I tell you what changed Robert's life, you need to understand what's really happening inside your body after 60. And trust me, once you understand this, everything makes sense. Your body produces something called nitric oxide. Think of it as the master key that keeps your blood vessels relaxed and open. When you're younger, your body makes plenty of it. Blood flows freely. Oxygen reaches every cell. Your mornings are strong, your energy is high, and performance comes naturally. But here's what nobody tells you. After 60, your nitric oxide production drops by nearly 50%. 50%. Your blood vessels start to narrow, circulation slows down, oxygen delivery decreases, and all of this happens most dramatically during sleep, which is exactly when your body should be recovering and recharging. This isn't about getting older, this is about chemistry. And when Robert learned this, he looked at me and said, "So you're telling me there's an actual reason I feel this way? It's not just in my head?" Exactly, Robert. It's science. Let me ask you something right now. Have you noticed your morning energy just isn't what it used to be 5 or 10 years ago? Drop a yes or no in the comments. I want to know if you're experiencing this too, because you're definitely not alone. So, what did I tell Robert? I recommended something so simple, he almost didn't believe me at first. I told him to start chewing a small piece of raw beetroot 30 minutes before bed. That's it. No prescription, no complicated routine, just beetroot. Now, Robert looked at me like I'd lost my mind. "Doc, you're telling me a vegetable is going to fix this?" But here's what Robert didn't know, and what most men don't know. Beetroot is absolutely packed with natural nitrates. Not the harmful kind you find in processed meat, but healthy plant nitrates that your body converts directly into nitric oxide. When you chew beetroot, especially raw beetroot, those nitrates start absorbing through your mouth tissues immediately. They enter your bloodstream and begin converting into nitric oxide within 30 to 60 minutes. And here's the beautiful part. This happens while you sleep. Your blood vessels relax, circulation improves throughout the night. Oxygen flows to every tissue, including the ones that matter most for male performance. Robert agreed to try it. He had nothing to lose except maybe a few minutes before bed. So that night, he cut a small slice of raw beet about the size of 2 quarters stacked together. He chewed it slowly for a few minutes, swallowed, brushed his teeth, and went to bed. Now, let me break down exactly what was happening in Robert's body that first night, because this is where the magic really occurs. As he chewed that beetroot, the natural nitrates made contact with bacteria in his mouth. Good bacteria, the kind that lives on your tongue. These bacteria immediately started converting those nitrates into nitrites. Then, as the nitrites traveled through his digestive system and into his bloodstream, his body converted them into pure nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a signaling molecule. It tells the smooth muscle cells in your blood vessel walls to relax. When they relax, your vessels widen. When your vessels widen, blood flow increases dramatically. Better blood flow means more oxygen, more nutrients, better cellular repair, and yes, stronger male function. This process continued all night long while Robert slept. His blood pressure stabilized, his circulation improved, his body was getting the oxygen-rich blood it desperately needed. And all of this was happening naturally, without any synthetic chemicals or side effects. Studies from institutions like Wake Forest University and the University of Exeter have confirmed this. Men who consume beetroot or beet juice regularly show significant improvements in blood flow, exercise performance, and cardiovascular health. The evidence is rock solid. Robert came back to see me 3 weeks later. I'll never forget the look on his face when he walked through my door. He was smiling. Actually smiling. He sat down and said, "Dr. Sheila, I don't know how to explain this, but something shifted." He told me that within the first week, he noticed his sleep was deeper. He wasn't waking up 3 or 4 times during the night anymore. But more importantly, his mornings were different. He was waking up with a level of firmness and energy he hadn't experienced in years. Not every single morning, but enough times that he knew something real was happening. By week 3, Robert said he felt like he'd turned back the clock by a decade. His wife noticed the difference too. He had more energy throughout the day, his confidence returned, and those mornings? They were consistently stronger. He even started going to the gym again, something he'd given up 2 years earlier because he simply didn't have the energy anymore. Quick question for you. Would you try something this simple if it meant getting your mornings back? Comment absolutely or I'm skeptical, because I want to know where you're at with this information.
Now, let me tell you exactly how to do this yourself, because simplicity is key here. You don't need anything fancy. Just follow Robert's method. First, buy fresh beetroot from any grocery store. Wash it thoroughly under running water. You're not cooking it, so cleanliness matters. Then, using a sharp knife, slice off a piece roughly the size of a large grape or 2 stacked quarters. You don't need a huge amount. Remember, we're talking about concentrated natural nitrates here. About 30 minutes before you plan to sleep, put that small piece of beetroot in your mouth and chew it slowly. Don't rush. Let it break down completely. You want those nitrates making contact with your mouth bacteria for maximum conversion. Chew for 2 to 3 minutes if you can. Now, I'll be honest with you, raw beetroot has an earthy taste. Some men love it. Others find it too intense. If you're in the second group, here's what Robert did. He added a tiny drizzle of honey on top, maybe half a teaspoon, or sometimes he'd squeeze a little fresh lemon juice on it. Both options mask the earthiness while adding their own health benefits. Honey has antimicrobial properties. Lemon supports vitamin C absorption. Win-win. After you chew and swallow, just brush your teeth like normal. Beets can temporarily stain, so a quick brush takes care of that. Then go to bed as usual. That's the entire process. Simple, natural, and effective. Here's something Robert discovered that surprised even me. After 6 weeks of this nightly routine, he went for his regular checkup with his primary care doctor. His blood pressure, which had been borderline high for years, had dropped into a healthier range. His doctor was impressed and asked what he'd changed. When Robert told him about the beetroot, his doctor actually nodded and said, "Keep doing that." Beetroot doesn't just support male performance, it supports your entire cardiovascular system. Your heart works more efficiently. Your brain gets better oxygen flow, which can improve mental clarity. Some men even report reduced joint inflammation because better circulation means better waste removal from tissues. Robert noticed all of these benefits. He said it felt like his whole body was working better, not just one specific area. Let me ask you this. What time do you usually go to bed? Drop your typical bedtime in the comments because timing matters with this method, and I want to help you get it right. Now, before you run to the store, there are a few things you need to know to do this safely and effectively. First, hydration is crucial. Nitric oxide production requires adequate water in your system. Robert made sure to drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. If you're dehydrated, this won't work as well. Keep a water bottle with you throughout the day. Second, if you're currently taking blood pressure medication, you need to talk to your doctor before starting this routine. Beetroot naturally lowers blood pressure, which is great, but combined with medication, it could lower it too much. Always check with your healthcare provider first. Safety comes before everything. Third, start with just nighttime use. Don't go overboard and start eating beets 3 times a day, thinking more is better. Your body needs time to adjust. Robert stuck with once before bed, and that was perfect for him. And here's a pro tip. Some men don't like chewing raw beet at all, no matter what they add to it. If that's you, you can try a small shot of pure beetroot juice instead. About 2 ounces, 30 minutes before bed. Make sure it's 100% beet juice with no added sugar. The effect is similar because you're still getting those nitrates. Robert is now 8 months into this simple routine. He hasn't missed more than a handful of nights. And you know what he told me last month? He said, "Dr. Sheila, I actually look forward to bedtime now. Not just because I'm tired, but because I know what I'm setting myself up for the next morning." His relationship with his wife has improved. They're more connected, more intimate, more playful. He's hiking again, something they used to do together but stopped because he didn't have the stamina. He's sleeping better than he has in a decade, and his overall outlook on life has shifted from resignation to optimism. This wasn't about some miracle cure or magic pill. This was about understanding what his body needed and giving it the right fuel at the right time. Robert took control of his health with something that costs less than $1 per week. Think about that. How much have you spent on supplements that didn't work? How much would you pay to feel 10 years younger? Before I wrap this up, tell me, what's been your biggest struggle with maintaining energy and performance after 60? Drop it in the comments because I read every single one, and your answers help me create content that actually serves you. Look, I can give you information all day long, but knowledge without action is just entertainment. If you're serious about reclaiming your mornings, about feeling confident again, about having the energy your partner deserves, then try this tonight. Go to the store today. Buy some fresh beetroot. Tonight, 30 minutes before bed, chew that small piece. Give your body what it needs. Do this consistently for 2 weeks and pay attention to how you feel. Track your mornings. Notice your energy. Be honest with yourself about the changes. Robert did it, and it changed his life. Hundreds of my other patients have done it with similar results. Now it's your turn. In my next video, I'm going to share another bedtime food that works even faster for some men, especially if you're dealing with prostate issues that wake you up at night. You won't want to miss it.
In my next video, I'm going to share another bedtime food that works even faster for some men, especially if you're dealing with prostate issues that wake you up at night. You won't want to miss it. If this information helped you, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Share this with any man over 60 who needs to hear it. We're building a community of men who refuse to accept decline as inevitable. I'm Dr. Sheila, and I'll see you in the next video. Now go get that beetroot and take your health back.